Now we have Aden, a 14-year-old student who has gravitated towards automobiles and aeroplanes from a very young age. He never missed any classic car exhibition, classic car parades or air shows put up by Air Force, etc. His insatiable desire to indulge in machine led him to choose an ambitious goal to become a pilot and to collect classic cars, both real and die-cast collector items.
I can bet a kidney that you've definitely wasted time you don't have on homework assignments and exam preparations. I'm here to tell you that you shouldn't feel bad about it. We are among professionals here. And as it turns out, there's a lot more to this than just getting scoldings. Take it from an Olympic medal candidate of doing things late. When it comes to procrastinating, what I like to do is leave my commitment up to fate. To add clarity to the picture I'm painting here, this is my conceptualization of fate. It's a simple yes or no wheel. Each respective response determines the rest of my day. And somehow, don't ask me why, but somehow no always ends up winning. I have the infrequent feeling of disputing this, but I feel it's divine intervention. It's better to just move on. The remainder of my day is spent at the expense of what the Gen Zs call doom scrolling, an endless pursuit of absolutely nothing. Just wasting my time on brain-rotting videos and commenting wholly unemployment on subject videos, knowing very well I am much more worse than them at it. However, an average person's lifetime does not permit procrastination. Statistics show that all the time consumed by sleeping, eating, using the restroom, which personally takes a lot of time, leaves an average person 1.5 hours a day to truly get something done. And as a student who basically deserves a PhD in procrastination, I'm going to give a brief outlook of an average school day. The morning and afternoon hours are boring, nothing to truly elaborate on. The evening is where I find everything going downhill. I feel the motivation to do my work. That's the rational part of me administering control. But this feels subdued and not actually actively effective. This is when I find this prospect seized by what I can only address as a dopamine demon. His job is pretty self-explanatory, an insatiable quest for dopamine. He's a master of sidetracking and the only attribute of why I can't get any work done. He is always a little niggle at the back of my head saying, "This work is boring me. I think it would be better to read an entire Wikipedia page on the most expensive Hot Wheel." No, wait, that isn't enough. Just so it's really enjoyable, let's watch a random replay of a live stream in 0.5x speed. Well, I guess that leaves no time for you to do the rest of your work. Sorry. Let's call this by its real name. Procrastination isn't a time problem. It's a mood problem in a time costume. It's a quick deal we make to feel better now and to invoice future me for the pain later. Here's the plain English psychology of what's happening every time a task shows up. My brain wants a tiny election. The rational admin wants progress. The dopamine demon wants fast feel-good. The fire alarm is asleep. Until 11:59 p.m. Procrastination is the demon running the meeting while the admin takes notes and the alarm strolls in with a megaphone at the end. But why does the demon keep winning? Present bias. Now me is loud. Future me is a whisper with no Wi-Fi. Grades and outcomes are later and feelings cash out immediately. Task aversiveness. Hard, boring, unclear tasks feel like mental sandpaper, so the hand yanks off the hot stuff straight onto the YouTube For You page. Unclear next step. The brain can't do write essay. It can do open doc plus 3 bullets. Vagueness is rocket fuel for avoidance. Ego threat. Perfectionism. If I never finish, you can't judge it. Perfectionism is procrastination in a tuxedo. Classy outfit, same job. Low fuel. Tired or stressed brains pick the shortest path to relief. Scroll, snack, escape. Spoiler, it works beautifully for 12 minutes and then your soul leaves your body. So, what is procrastination? It's a mood management shortcut that works immediately. Relief. And fails spectacularly later. Hello, panic. Not laziness, not a moral failure, just a clumsy strategy. Now you may be thinking, how do you solve procrastination? If I knew, I wouldn't be here. I'd be driving a Lambo in Las Vegas. But I do have a few things to make the demon sweat. First, a quick reframe. We wait for motivation like it's an Uber. Just hope they don't cancel the ride. But motivation follows action more closely than action follows motivation. Start first, your feelings will follow later, then they arrive. The 5-minute trapdoor. I set a timer for 5 minutes and make one microscopic move. Open the doc, type a title, outline 3 bullets. The goal isn't finishing. The goal is crossing the threshold. Something weird happens when you start. The task stops being a fog and becomes pixels. Even if you stop at 5, you've broken the force field. If you keep going, great. If you don't, you still won. Make it TASTY, tasty. So now me cooperates. T, tiny. First 60 seconds only. A, attached. Stack it after habit, like T, then open the notes. S, specific. Write the first sentence, not work on essay. T, time boxed. 10-minute burst, end on a win so you want to return. Y, yummy reward. Pair it with a playlist or a space you only allow during that task. Give the demon his seed snack on your terms. Pre-commit future me, because future me is adorable and helpless. Put it on the calendar. Tell a friend, I'm sending a draft at 6 p.m. Put your phone in another room like it's a mildly radioactive banana. And open the file before you leave your desk so tomorrow you lands on the runway and not in the parking lot. There's also the feelings move, which I wish I'd learned earlier. I ask out loud, what feeling am I avoiding? Boredom, confusion, or what if this isn't good? Then I match the feeling with the tiniest respectful step. If it's confusion, clarify the question, 2 sentences, stops. If it's boredom, make a 3-point checklist and race the timer. If it's an ego threat, write the ugly first paragraph on purpose. Ugly is the assignment. I, however, have overcome this because as it turns out, all my first paragraphs are bad, whether I like it or not. A quick confession about my beloved Wheel of Fate. When I spin it, I'm not actually asking the universe anything. I'm asking permission to avoid a feeling. So I changed my game. If the wheel lands on low no tonight, which, let's be honest, probably will, I'm gonna switch to a coin. 50-50 is already 100% better odds. If you don't have a coin and you're broke like me, just do eeny, meeny, miny, moe. I also stop scheduling finish the assignment. I schedule ugly first paragraph, 5 minutes. I stack it after tea and only allow a particular playlist during these minutes. 2 weeks of this and drafts started appearing where blank pages used to live. Not because I became heroic, but because I made starting too small to fail. If you're thinking, this is cute, but I don't have 6 hours to do anything, I have good and bad news. The bad news is, you're probably right. You're never gonna get 6 hours. The good news is, 10 minutes is actually short enough to start and long enough to matter. 10 minutes a day is 60 hours a month. Is 60 hours a year. The demon hates compound interest. It very much follows my lack of math skills. So, if you also worship the altar of the yes, basically no/no wheel, try this tonight. Don't promise the universe a masterpiece. Promise 5 minutes. One concrete move. Exit on a win. If you keep going, congrats. If you don't, you still beat the demon because you choose action over mood. And if the fire alarm shows up at 11:59, smile, thank it for caring, and show it the calendar invite you already kept. Also, hydrate. Panic tastes better with water. Just ensure that the caffeinated hydration doesn't keep you up till 2 a.m. Thank you, and may your next wheel spin land on a yes, or at least on start in 5 minutes. Hope we start implementing this soon. Or not, we're procrastinators. We gotta procrastinate on something.